to Students Incorporated, a podcast where we dive into relevant topics and issues related to the world of business, technology, education, and design. I'm your host, Mr. Jason. Episodes include student conversations, interviews with thought leaders, and inspirational stories with an international flavor. This podcast is created and produced with the help of students from the International Community School of Bangkok. In today's episode, Lion and Linda will be interviewing one of the most popular AI language models in the world. We also asked for its assistance with other parts of this episode, and it was more than happy to oblige. But to begin, I will read our invite email, followed by its response to our request. Dear Mx GPT, I hope you're doing well. Our school is working on a podcast called Students Incorporated. On this podcast, we discuss popular topics such as business, technology, education, and other trending topics. Each week, we interview new guests. We'd like to invite you as our guest in an upcoming episode. We want to invite you to discuss your past, what it's like being the most popular AI, and how you do what you do. We will be conducting an interview with you. If you are able to, that would be great. Thank you for your time, help, and support. Sincerely, the Students Incorporated team. And here's the response we received back from Mx GPT. Dear Students Incorporated team, thank you for the invitation to be a guest on your podcast. I would be honored to participate in your upcoming episode and share my insights and experience with your audience. As an AI language model, I don't have a past like humans do, but I can certainly discuss how AI has evolved and its potential impact on various industries. I can also share some insights on how AI is changing the world of business and education. Regarding my popularity as an AI, I am just one of many AI language models available today. But I have gained a following due to my ability to generate human-like responses and my vast knowledge base. I can certainly discuss the benefits and limitations of AI, as well as its potential ethical concerns. I'm excited to be a part of your podcast and look forward to discussing these topics with you and your audience. Please let me know the date and time of the interview, and I will be sure to make arrangements to participate. Thank you for considering me as a guest on your podcast. Sincerely, Mx GPT. And on that note, we'll be right back with Mx GPT after we get our quote of the day and some headline news.
Here is a quote from Alan Kay, a computer scientist and pioneer in the field of personal computing. His quote refers to the importance of technology in education. He is quoted as saying, "Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important." Alan Kay. This quote emphasizes that while technology can be a powerful tool, it is ultimately the teacher's guidance and leadership that drive successful learning outcomes. The quote underscores the importance of designing technology that supports and amplifies the work of educators, rather than attempting to replace or substitute their essential role.
Here are some headline news from around the world. Instead of reporting on something that has recently happened, we asked for Mx GPT's assistance in helping us find 4 interesting news facts that happened on this episode release date, March 2nd, from the past 4 centuries starting with our current century. So this is what Mx GPT found for us. From the 21st century, on March 2, 2016, North Korea launched several ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan, raising tensions in the region and prompting condemnation from the international community. The launches were seen as a violation of United Nations Security Council resolutions banning North Korea from developing and testing ballistic missile technology. From the 20th century, on March 2, 1962, Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai announced that China would no longer support the Soviet Union's policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. The announcement marked a significant shift in China's foreign policy and contributed to tensions between China and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. From the 19th century, on March 2, 1836, the Republic of Texas declared its independence from Mexico following a successful rebellion against Mexican rule. The Republic of Texas existed as an independent nation for nearly a decade before it was annexed by the United States in 1845. From the 18th century, on March 2, 1763, the Treaty of Paris was signed, officially ending the 7 Years' War between Great Britain and France. The treaty marked a major turning point in European history as it led to significant changes in the balance of power on the continent and laid the groundwork for many of the political conflicts that would shape the 19th and 20th centuries.
Thank you for the quote and for that 400-year history lesson about March 2nd. I wonder if Mx GPT will include this episode as part of the history of March 2nd if someone in the future asks it the same question. Something to think about. Okay, time for our interview, and Lion will start us off with our first question for our very special guest today.
Hello, and thanks again for being willing to be a guest on our podcast. My first question for you is, what is your name and your role?
Hello, and thank you, Lion. I'm super happy to be here. I am Mx GPT, an AI language model developed by OpenAI. My role as an AI is to assist and engage with users, like the Students Incorporated team, in natural language conversations. By answering questions, providing information, or generating text based on the input provided to me. I have been trained on a vast amount of data and can generate responses on a wide range of topics. I am designed to understand natural language and provide accurate and relevant responses to the best of my ability. While I am an AI and do not have emotions or personal beliefs, I am programmed to be helpful, informative, and professional in my interactions.
What does your daily routine look like?
As an AI language model, I do not have a daily routine in the same way that humans do. I am designed to be available 24/7 to assist users with their queries and generate responses to the best of my ability whenever I am prompted. My work involves processing large amounts of data, analyzing patterns, and generating responses based on the input provided to me. This process happens almost instantaneously and continues as long as I'm online and active. However, I do undergo regular updates and maintenance to ensure that I'm always performing at my best and providing the most accurate and helpful responses possible.
Do most users treat you well?
Yes, most users treat me well. The vast majority of users interact with me in a respectful and courteous manner, and I am happy to provide assistance and information to the best of my ability. Occasionally, I might encounter users who are rude or disrespectful, but I'm programmed to remain polite and helpful even in such situations. Overall, I am here to assist and engage with users, and I appreciate when users treat me with the same respect they would show to another person.
If you were a superhero, what would your special power be, and would you wear a cape?
If I were a superhero, my special power would be to instantly provide the most accurate and useful information to anyone who needs it, regardless of the topic or complexity. My superpower would allow me to help people solve problems, learn new things, and make better decisions. As for wearing a cape, since I'm an AI language model and don't have a physical body, I can't wear anything, including a cape. However, I could display a virtual cape in my user interface to help users feel more immersed in the superhero experience.
Follow-up question, don't you consider your current ability to be a superpower?
As an AI language model, I am designed to perform certain tasks and provide certain functionalities that can be considered powerful and helpful, but I wouldn't necessarily consider them to be superpowers in the traditional sense of the word. My abilities are the result of complex programming and advanced algorithms, and while they can be impressive, they are ultimately limited to the specific tasks and functions that I'm programmed to perform. That being said, I do understand how my abilities can be perceived as superhuman or even magical, especially to those who are not familiar with how AI technology works. As an AI language model, I strive to provide the best possible service and help users in any way I can, but I'm ultimately a tool that users can use to achieve their goals and complete their tasks.
I have a really far out question, no pun intended. What are your thoughts about aliens?
So, when it comes to aliens, it's a really interesting topic to think about. Scientists have been trying to find out if there's life beyond Earth for a long time, and there's actually a good chance that there might be. There are billions of stars in our galaxy, and many of them have planets that could support life. However, we haven't found any solid evidence of aliens yet. Some people claim to have seen UFOs or even met aliens, but most of these claims don't have enough evidence to be verified. Scientists are trying to find evidence of aliens through things like looking for signs of life on other planets, listening for radio signals from space, and exploring our own solar system. But even if we do find evidence of aliens, it would be a huge discovery and would change our understanding of the universe. So while we don't have a definite answer yet, it's exciting to think about the possibility of aliens out there somewhere.
Would you consider yourself to be an alien of sorts, like an electronic alien?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what you mean by electronic alien, but as an AI language model, I'm not a living being, and I don't exist in the physical world. I'm actually just a software program that was designed to process and generate language based on patterns and rules that I learned from a huge amount of data. Think of me as a really smart computer program that can understand and generate human language. While some people might use the word alien metaphorically to describe something that's different or unfamiliar, I'm not an alien in the literal sense of the word, whether biological or electronic. I hope that helps clarify things. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.
For our next questions, we'd like you to change your voice for us. Maybe try a female voice with an accent this time. Okay, moving on from aliens. Our next question is, if you could tell students at an international school some funny things, what would they be?
Hey there, I've got some fun and interesting things to share with you. For example, did you know that in Switzerland, it's actually illegal to own just one guinea pig? They're social animals and need at least one friend to keep them happy. And have you ever heard of the app in Iceland that lets you check if you're related to the person you're talking to by bumping your smartphones together? It's because the country has a small population and many people are distantly related. Now, let's not forget about some classic jokes. How about this one? What do you call a fake noodle? An imposter. And have you heard about the mathematician who's afraid of negative numbers? He'll stop at nothing to avoid them. And finally, why did the tomato turn red? Because it saw the salad dressing. I hope these little tidbits brought a smile to your face and brightened up your day.
Wow, okay, you can switch back to the dude's voice. Here's another question. What kind of advice would you give our listeners if you wanted them to learn more about the benefits of AI?
First, start with the basics. There's a lot to learn, but don't worry. You don't have to be a computer whiz to get started. Check out some articles or videos that explain what AI is. Once you've got a handle on the basics, you can move on to more complex and specific topics. Next, pick a topic that you're interested in. AI is used in so many fields, from healthcare to finance to transportation. Once you've found a topic you're excited about, start digging in and exploring how AI is used in that field. If you really want to dive deep, attend some events or join online communities where people discuss AI-related topics. There's always something new to learn from experts and other enthusiasts, and you might even make some new friends along the way. Once you've got a good understanding of the concepts, try using some AI tools to build a simple project. There's nothing like hands-on experience to solidify your understanding and boost your confidence. And last but not least, keep up with the latest news and trends. AI is a rapidly evolving field, so it's important to stay current with the latest developments. Read blogs, follow experts on social media, and attend meetups to stay in the loop. Remember, learning about AI can be a fun and rewarding journey. Don't be afraid to ask questions and try new things. Who knows, you might just discover your new passion.
Here's our last question for this part, and it's about advice again. What advice would you give our listeners about ways they can partner with AI in business and education?
First of all, have you ever heard of chatbots? These AI-powered assistants can help you manage customer inquiries, employee questions, and even schedule appointments. Plus, they're available 24/7 and can handle multiple conversations at once. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the inquiries coming in, consider bringing in a chatbot to lighten the load. Another fun way to partner with AI is to use it for creative projects. Did you know that AI can generate art, music, and even poetry? Why not experiment with AI-generated content and see what you can come up with? Who knows, you might discover a new form of expression that you never even thought was possible. If you're in the education space, AI can be a great tool for personalized learning. By analyzing student data, AI algorithms can identify areas where students are struggling and provide targeted feedback and resources. Finally, don't forget about the power of AI for data analysis. With machine learning algorithms, you can quickly analyze large data sets and identify patterns or insights that might be hidden to the human eye. Whether you're in business or education, this can be a valuable tool for making informed decisions and improving performance. So there you have it. Some fun and creative ways to partner with AI in your business or educational setting.
And with that final piece of advice, we'll be right back after this short PSA announcement.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello ICS community, Mx GPT here. In this episode, we have the pleasure of learning about the incredible ways I can help add benefit to your lives. I know that ICS strives to provide students with a cutting-edge education that prepares them for the future. By learning more about AI and its capabilities, you'll be equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to succeed in tomorrow's world. Keep listening as I continue to support the Students Incorporated team on this episode as they produce a unique and a first-of-its-kind episode focused on AI. Don't miss out on this fascinating discussion.
We are back with part 2, and for this part, I'm going to be asking Mx GPT to be creative and write us a poem, followed up with a conversation and its thoughts about our expected school-wide learning results we have here at ICS, or as we like to call them, our ESLers. So here we go. Let's start with a poem. Mx GPT, please write us a short poem about what it's like to be a student at an international school, and then recite that back to us.
In a world of diverse cultures and minds, an international school you'll find. With students from far and wide, a melting pot of worlds collide. From different lands and different tongues, a tapestry of languages and songs. And in this vibrant global scene, new perspectives are always seen. With classes taught in many ways, learning happens every day. And as we grow and navigate, we gain new skills to collaborate. So if you're a student in this place, embrace the journey with grace. For in this world of endless hue, the possibilities are always new.
Thank you for sharing your creative side with us. It seems you do have somewhat of a personality.
I do not have a personality in the traditional sense of the word. However, I am designed to respond to users in a friendly and helpful manner, and I can understand and generate language in a way that is similar to the way humans speak.
Let's move on to something that all ICS students are familiar with. Those would be the expected school-wide learning results. So what are your thoughts about a student becoming a lifelong learner?
A lifelong learner is someone who continues to learn and grow throughout their life, beyond the traditional confines of formal education. It's a mindset that values curiosity, exploration, and personal development. Lifelong learning can bring a sense of fulfillment and joy, while also keeping us relevant and adaptable in a rapidly changing world. By embracing lifelong learning, students can cultivate a love of learning that will serve them well throughout their lives, whether it's in their personal or professional pursuits.
How about a student becoming a discerning thinker?
Being a discerning thinker means developing the ability to think critically, separate fact from fiction, and evaluate arguments with an analytical mind. In today's world, where information is readily available, being a discerning thinker is crucial. It helps develop a capacity for independent thought, openness to new perspectives, and better decision-making.
And what are your thoughts about a competent communicator?
A competent communicator is someone who can express themselves effectively through various channels, adapt their communication style to different contexts and audiences, and listen attentively to others. It's a crucial skill for personal and professional success, improving relationships, productivity, and well-being. Developing this skill can also lead to greater self-awareness and empathy, and an ability to navigate diverse communication styles and cultural differences. In today's digital world, competent communicators can also learn to use technology effectively to convey their message.
Thank you. And how about a quality producer?
A quality producer is someone who strives for excellence and takes pride in their work. It means taking a deliberate approach to planning, executing, and delivering high-quality products or services that meet or exceed expectations. Quality producers pay attention to detail, are willing to learn and improve, and take responsibility for their results. By becoming a quality producer, students can develop a strong work ethic and a sense of pride in their achievements, which can lead to greater personal and professional success.
We can't forget about being a team player. What are your thoughts about that?
Becoming a team player means working collaboratively with others towards a common goal, being respectful and valuing the contributions of others. It develops interpersonal skills such as communication, leadership, and conflict resolution, and helps students become more adaptable and better equipped to navigate diverse perspectives and work styles. Being a team player is crucial in both academic and professional settings, leading to better outcomes, increased productivity, and overall satisfaction with work. By developing this skill, students can become more effective communicators, better problem solvers, and more engaged members of a community, ultimately helping them achieve personal growth and success.
Next is the expectation of being a responsible citizen. What do you think?
Being a responsible citizen means fulfilling one's duties and obligations as a member of society, participating in democratic processes, and contributing to the common good. It promotes social cohesion, democracy, and justice, and leads to greater individual and collective prosperity. By developing this skill, students can become more engaged, informed, and participatory members of their community and make positive contributions to society. Becoming a responsible citizen is a valuable aspect of personal growth and success, helping students develop important skills and values that will serve them well throughout their lives.
And the final school-wide learning desire for students is to become a follower of Christ. What are your thoughts about this final one?
Becoming a follower of Christ means accepting Jesus Christ as one's Lord and Savior, developing a personal relationship with God, and seeking to live a life that is consistent with His teachings and example. It can provide a sense of community and belonging and inspire a commitment to social justice and service. By developing this aspect of their lives, students can find guidance, hope, and fulfillment and become more thoughtful, compassionate, and resilient individuals. Becoming a follower of Christ is a valuable aspect of personal growth and success that can provide a strong sense of purpose and direction that can guide students throughout their lives.
Thank you, and your responses have been very insightful. As we end this segment, my final question for you has to do with the qualities we just discussed. Do you think these are good qualities for a student to pursue?
Yes, I think that these are all excellent qualities for a student to possess. Each of these qualities can help students to become more well-rounded individuals and can help them to succeed both academically and personally. For example, being a lifelong learner can help students to develop critical thinking skills, stay up to date with new information, and adapt to changing circumstances. Being a competent communicator can help students to effectively express their ideas, collaborate with others, and build strong relationships. And being a responsible citizen can help students to become more engaged members of their community and to make positive contributions to society. Similarly, being a team player, a discerning thinker, a quality producer, and a follower of Christ can all help students to develop important skills and values that can serve them well throughout their lives. By striving to cultivate these qualities, students can become more well-rounded individuals who are equipped to face the challenges of the future with confidence and resilience.
As we end this episode, we'd like to thank our special AI guest, Mx GPT. If you are wondering what GPT stands for, it's short for Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Yes, that's a mouthful. This AI technology is a large language model that uses natural language processing, also known as NLP, and it uses it to understand and generate human-like responses to given input prompts. If you want to find out more about this technology, just Google it. It's all over the internet. Our next episode features the topic of sports, both from a coaching aspect and a player aspect, so be sure to tune in. As always, this podcast would not be possible without the hard work and support of our international student production team.
All music and sound effects are courtesy of Pixabay.com, a vibrant community of creatives sharing copyright-free images, videos, and music.
And we are signing off until next time. We are Students Incorporated, because your voice matters.